Merch Minds Podcast, episode 113. My name is Glenn, YouTube channel Hustler Hacks. Yong is here repping his Stanford shirt.
What's going on, my man?
I'm doing pretty good. Did you shower today?
Man, I shower every day.
Oh, okay. Did you go to work today?
I go to work every day. Sometimes.
That's a lie. That one I know
Sometimes.
is a lie.
And I just want to say, Glenn, that is what a paper towel looks like. In case you don't know what one looks like,
Oh, okay. Just
you
making
know,
sure.
since you're asking about toilet papers and paper towels.
Hey, I don't know what kind of stuff you had on the floor last time, so I
But
just double checking.
what's going on, dude?
Um, Sourcing and also uploading shirts. So I'm still on track, like I promised everyone I would be, and my 250 designs a week. So
Okay.
yeah.
So you're still on schedule. You're sticking to your schedule.
Yes, sir.
You and I were talking before we went live here, and you said you're sourcing a bit more, though, right?
Yeah, I'm sourcing more. I'm doing everything a little bit more now that I have more time and not being at the family business. So sourcing more, and then now uploading regularly every week, and also YouTube videos, different styles. I'm doing more like vlog type of videos, so that's been doing pretty good too. So yeah, still early this year, but at least
What about the merch videos, man? Are they coming?
I don't for merch videos. I'm working on that. I don't want to get too overwhelmed. I need to get on track. I need to get my merch numbers up first before I'm going to be here making
Everyone
videos.
needs to get their merch numbers up. This is just part of the game, dude.
Yeah, that's my main focus. That's why I'm gonna try
This
to
is
add
just
on
part.
more stuff. I need to get these numbers up.
Hey,
Or
hey, don't raise your voice at me, okay? um, but speaking of numbers, look, Glenn's the type of person. He don't normally complain, but he sent me a text message or a message the other day talking about how low his numbers are.
I did send you. Let me see. Like the rare times where I send Young a message.
Like I said, he only contacts me when he
Once per
needs stuff.
month, and then this is what it was. What did I tell you? Let me see, where is it? Oh, I was like, it was Thursday. I said my merch is out here looking like trash. Laugh out loud. Like 4 to 5 sale days. That's what I
4 to
sent you
5
on
sale
Thursday.
days. Well,
Yeah.
did you pick up that trash and recycle it?
Pick up that trash, start eating it. I think right now I'm on 7 sales. So kind of.
Yeah,
What are we? It's 2 p.m. my time.
2 p.m. But no, it is January. Normally, I wouldn't suspect. I mean, going back and looking at numbers from previous Januaries, I wasn't expecting my numbers to be this low. So I agree with you in the sense that the numbers have been extremely bad, and my numbers continue to get lower and lower. Um, so let's talk about our last 7 days. You want to go first?
All right, let me see. Man, okay, last 7 days. Products sold 91, returns 8, and estimated royalties $271.93.
hmm So for me, my last 7 days, 66 sold, 6 returns, not estimated, but product purchases 1,390 and 15 cents. Estimated royalty $259.09. So definitely the numbers are getting lower and lower. And I don't expect the numbers to improve based on my own personal experience. February typically it's been okay for me. I mean, you have what, Valentine's, and even Valentine's never did really good for me. I don't know
Yeah, it's
about
kind
you.
of hit or miss. Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. And President's Day, that's not really like a T-shirt kind of a holiday. I think the next big holiday really is St. Patrick's Day, and I think everyone does pretty good on St. Patrick's Day.
And what
If you
about
have
Mardi Gras stuff? Do you do good at Mardi Gras stuff or no?
I have a few Mardi Gras stuff up. So again, just based on my experience, I don't expect our numbers to improve. At least not in the month of February. And if it does, I'll be really surprised. So we'll
So I
see.
think Yeah, I think for January, looking like we have 2 days left in the month, so I'll probably finish at like $1,200 or something for the month.
I think I'm gonna finish about 1,200 too.
Yeah, and I think, and if there's anything that carries over from last month, remember how they said that how,
True.
yeah, money that's been short from December, who knows? But that's kind of where I'm at on the projection. Merch news, I don't think we really have much going on, right?
I don't think there's much, man. Again, January is almost over. There's talks about gluten. I don't know if you heard about gluten. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing it right. Have you
Gluten,
heard
like gluten
gluten?
free. I hate,
Like
you know what? Gluten free is just going crazy right now.
not gluten, man. Gluten.
Oh, okay. Gluten. Okay, go ahead. What
I
is
don't
it?
I don't know if I'm even pronouncing it right, but have you heard about gluten?
No.
Supposedly, it's like another printful. Um, and I think they recently announced their integration with Etsy. So be on the lookout for that. If it isn't out already, I don't know. I was trying to get some feedback from some people that have used it. No one's responded, so I don't know if people even um, know about it or if they even experimented with it. So
Hmm.
so be on the lookout for that. Guten it's supposed to be like another printful. Again, I don't know if they're better. I don't know how they compete with printful. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, tax season. We're
Oh
in
man.
tax season, dude. Are you gonna
Yeah.
do? Are you gonna do your taxes soon?
Yeah, I got my my YouTube one, I think. What are
How much you make on YouTube? Oh wait, you can't disclose that though,
No,
huh?
I can't disclose that, but I did get my my YouTube one in here. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I got to look at that. But hopefully I can do my taxes soon, but I pay it quarterly. So my last one, pretty much everything that I made from merch, I just used that for my last taxes. So I don't know, that's we'll see what happens there, but I made a lot less on merch this year than 2018. I mean 2017, so
Yeah,
we'll see what happens there.
yeah. No,
Um
same here.
you know how I feel about admitting when you're right and things like that. So
Go
I
ahead, spit it
have
out.
I have been uploading some hoodies and some have sold. So
Okay. And that was based on whose advice?
well, first I didn't know about the royalty change until I really went through it and we talked about it and I was like, it only makes
You're
sense.
not answering my
It
question.
only makes sense to get
That
some
was based
hoodies.
on whose advice?
Look, I admitted when
I'm
you're
asking
right.
you a freaking question, man. Who gave you that advice?
Okay, Young.
Oh, okay, okay, cool.
Now I sold some, but they're still at the regular royalty, which is what, $5. So until they go up, then I'll give you more props. But until then, um, you're staying where you're at. Might be buy you a drink next time we
I mean,
get
shut the
together.
hell up, man. You say that every freaking time, and I'm the one that ends up buying you a drink, and then you don't even drink the drink.
That was a long time ago. All right, two things. Number one, so the last episode, I mentioned how someone left a comment. Remember how I was like, "You jackasses," blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Now
yeah.
I was trying to get Young riled up. That did not work. I apologize to Jenny. She was on there. I didn't even mention her name. I was just trying to get Young riled up. That did not work. And Jenny was like,
Dude,
"I never called you guys
dude,
that."
she was pissed.
She's super nice,
Dude,
and
she's pissed, man. She sent me a message behind the scenes, dude. She was pretty mad.
I was
She said, "That son of a bitch, man, don't ever do a show with him again."
I figured.
No, she never said that.
So
No, she is super sweet. She's
yeah,
very
she's
nice.
super nice. So yeah, that was totally on me, and our joke kind of backfired. Number two. So I don't know if you saw this in the big merge group, Chris Green's group. So we had some guy, he posted, you've seen this meme, right? Where it's like a guy, with a table and he's holding a mug and it says something to change his mind. So he has it's like a popular, like a
What?
subject or something, like a statement. And then it says, please change my mind. That's like what the meme is.
I've never heard of
No.
that. I've never seen that.
So this guy posted.
You have to share it with me after the show. But explain.
Okay, so this guy posted this meme, and he changed the wording. And his statement is, "Merch is dead. Change my mind." So now everyone in the comments
What
can
does that mean?
either agree that merch is dead, or they can change his mind and tell him how merch is not dead. So that's how kind of the meme works. And so his a semi well, I guess his little thing says it here, margins are too slim to even pay to play. That's his comment on why he feels merch is dead. And so yeah, it's like 100 and almost 150 comments on here.
And what was the overall consensus?
Well, the consensus are pretty hilarious because some are a little mixed.
Or people just being stupid?
Well, the first guy was like, "Man, I hope many people believe this so they just go away." That was the first comment. This other guy, he says, "Merch has been dead for a year now. November 2017, when the first major throttle began. It's been downhill ever since."
Okay.
Let's see. Another comment is, "Merch isn't dead. I've got over 300 listed and making this in the worst month of the year." So he's gonna make like $300 this month. I've never paid $1 for ads. So he's still going strong. Let me see. Let me go back down. I made enough in Q4 to pay my mortgage for almost 4 months on under 300 live. But
Where
yeah,
the hell does he live?
I don't know.
For how many months?
He said for about 4 months.
Man, he's probably living out there in the cuts, man. Living out there in freaking RJ land.
Let me see. Let me go back down. That was another interesting one in here that I wanted to read, but I don't know where it went. Merch by Amazon started to die when Merch Informer came in and ruined the market.
See, I don't believe that.
Let me see. I feel bad for the old timers who got such a hefty cut to their first year royalties and then got hit with that weird reorganization thing that messed up their ranks. For those of us who started after that mess, it's been pretty good because we have nothing to compare it to.
Okay. You know what? I don't think there's any need to read go any further. It seems like there's a mixed reaction of comments. This is my opinion. Again, just my own personal opinion. Um, I believe that merch has definitely gotten harder. It's no longer what it used to be. And we talked about this in previous episodes, right? Like whatever they did way back in early 2018, when they were having issues with all the changes, just everything. Nothing's been right since, in my opinion. And in my opinion, it's just going to get tougher and tougher. Is it a good thing? I think it's a good thing in the sense that a lot of people are just going to get frustrated. A lot of people are probably going to quit at some point because you're not going to see the results. And that's fine with me, right? I mean, I've always said I'm not ever going to quit doing merch. As long as that opportunity is there for me, I'm going to continue uploading on a regular basis. But at the same time, I need to work on other things, right? And I've been saying that for the past 3-4 weeks now. Yeah, I don't think merch is what it used to be, right? I mean, clearly you're not making $10,000 a month like you did on the first Q4, right?
Yeah,
Glenn. And it's tough. It's gotten super tough. And
it's
you
kind of
have
funny
to.
that this Q4 was better than last Q4 because of my
Well,
because
last Q4 everything was throttled, right?
throttled exactly.
And there was a freeze.
So when it was actually better this year.
Yeah. So but I think things are going to get, and it's just going to continue to get, more difficult, right?
I think that it's definitely not dead, and I think if it's worth your time, unless you have like some other awesome opportunities, that's a totally different game. But if you're looking into getting this and you have the time, patience, and effort to build it and grow it, and you enjoy doing it, then obviously, I mean, it's not dead. You'll see the results. But if
Yeah.
there's other opportunities, I mean, like you were saying, doing like journals, which is going to lead into our interview today. We're doing the journals and diaries and things with KDP and Amazon. And if you feel those opportunities are doing better for you, especially like Kelly, other people, they're just doing really good on that. Then merch isn't necessarily going to be dead to you, but your opportunity is somewhere else. So
yeah,
that's
no, I mean, look, if you guys been doing merch since the beginning, and Glenn, I know you've been doing it since the beginning, and I'm not going to say I started doing it from the beginning, but I was a few months late signing up. But if you guys follow the history of Merch by Amazon since they started, like the first year, they were really, really unstable. The whole platform was unstable, right?
yeah.
That's why people were able to make so much money, because Merch, Amazon, they weren't expecting that kind of response, right? People were signing up and uploading like crazy. There was no limitations. You were able to make so much money. The sky was the limit. And then they were just way in over the head, right? Amazon,
Yeah.
that is. And so they had to start implementing rules, a lot more strict rules and regulations, and things are getting harder and harder and harder. And it's going to continue to get harder and harder and harder. And you know what? Every time I say the royalties can't get any lower, they do. But at the same time, it's a great opportunity. I'm sure they're going to provide us with some great products here in the near future. In fact, I was told, now whether this is, whether it's going to happen soon, but I don't know. But I was told that we are going to get new products sometime this year. I don't know what those products are. Um, it's not like I have the inside scoop, and even if I did, I couldn't tell you guys anyway, right?
Well, Eric
Uh,
Rosner really wants to know what the inside scoop is, so
that
please
guy,
let
man,
him know.
Eric Rosner wants like print on demand thongs and stuff, man. He's a nut job. Um, but um, but yeah, but I think it has gotten a lot harder. It's really difficult to really grow at the pace that we were able to in the beginning, right? That's no
Yeah.
longer the case. Um, but I would say this: I would say if you're patient, if you're putting up quality stuff, and your keywords and your listing is on point, if you put the time and effort in, I'm sure it'll pay off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
Because
sir.
you're not going to see, look, if you guys want to see results where you're making $1,000 in like 3 months, chances are that's not going to happen. Maybe it can, I don't know. But but from my experience, that's not going to happen. And if you're looking for something easy where you can see fast results, this isn't it. This is something where you have to put the time and effort in. I would say, if you want to see those kind of results, maybe looking into something else. I don't know what that something else is, but this isn't it.
Yes, sir. Which is going to lead to our interview because we talked about, I guess, like different things, like what Yong was saying, and trying to work on other projects.
Yeah.
Um,
So you guys heard me talk about how really focusing on KDP this year, and I wasn't formally introduced to him, but I was told about this individual who's doing relatively good on KDP. So I reached out to him, Rob Cubbon. He is a super cool guy, man. He lives out in Chiang Mai, Thailand. He's living the good life. He's doing Amazon merch. He does KDP. He creates courses. He has a YouTube channel. And I'm sure he does other things on the side. Who knows? But just a great guy. He mentioned that he listens to the podcast on a regular basis. He told me that he prefers to listen to me over you. I'm just telling you what he told me. Um, and But yeah, so and we want to try and provide different interviews. I mean, we talk about merch a lot, obviously, but we want to talk about other things print on demand as well, such as KDP, Maybe sometime in the next couple of weeks we'll get someone who's an expert on Redbubble, but we just want to try and mix it up. Hello, everyone, and today we have an awesome guest. I know we talk a lot about merch on this podcast, hence the name Merch Minds Podcast. But we do talk other print-on-demand businesses, and we have a very special guest, Rob. Rob, correct me if I pronounce your last name wrong. Is it Cubbon?
Yeah, that's great. Well done.
Okay, Rob Cubbon. And here's the thing. Rob is doing really good with KDP. And he lives... Where do you live, Rob?
Chiang Mai in Thailand.
This guy lives in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Glenn, have you ever been to Chiang Mai, Thailand?
I've never been.
I've never been either. I mean, I've been to Bangkok, but I've never been to Chiang Mai. But no, that's awesome. So give us a quick introduction. Rob, tell us where you're originally from, and how you got into print on demand, and how you ended up in Thailand.
Okay, well, I'm from the UK originally, and I used to be a kind of graphic designer, graphic art worker, and then I started my own business over 10 years ago, providing web and graphic design services for clients. And then I started selling courses, and I also wrote books, ebooks, Kindles, PDFs, and paperback books, which we'll be coming to later, of course. And so I was living in the most expensive city in the world, yet earning passive income. And I thought, well, why don't I relocate to a cheap city which has a lot better weather, better food, and quite nicer people, to be honest with you, but that's not a very nice thing to say about the people in London. But so I relocated 4 years ago, and since then I've been getting into other businesses, because this is a kind of hub for online entrepreneurs here in Chiang Mai, because of several factors. So it's very nice that you get to meet people who are doing online business, and then you just get ideas from them. And merch is something that I heard about from in Chiang Mai, as well as the paperback and low content business.
And I just want to thank you for being here. I know it's kind of late there in Thailand, so both Glenn and I, we really appreciate you staying up this late. It's what, a little past 12:30 midnight. So we really do appreciate you being here. And just for the record, guys, I am having some technical issues with my camera, so that's why you can't see me. But I'm going to tell you right now, that avatar that was taken, that picture was taken about 10 years ago. I look much better in that picture anyway. So, you know, I'm doing you guys a favor. So yeah, so let's get into the interview. How long have you been doing KDP?
Well, it's been a long for what I did was I wrote books. You know, I used it as a sort of platform for writing my own non-fiction books that were loosely around the entrepreneurial genre. And so I was doing that back in 2012, 2013 when I started. But I only started, you know, I was using CreateSpace. I was creating paperbacks for all those years. And I just heard about this business, you know, like last year. Well, I started it last year. I could have started it about 4 years ago. It's so annoying, man, you know?
Okay, so you got it. So correct me if I'm wrong. You got into the business about 4 years ago, but you didn't take it seriously until about a year ago.
Well, no, I got into the business of writing books over 4 years ago. But I didn't get into the business of low content and no content books until May last year.
Glenn, did you have any questions?
And how did that change from doing all these content? Did you ever have to get ghostwriters, or you just wrote them all?
No, I wrote them all. It's a lot of work, Glenn.
I know, man.
Yeah, and it's just really annoying, you know, because you can create a notebook like that. You don't have to do, you don't have to pay for anything. You just have to design the cover, do the interior, and research the keywords. And I could have done it years ago, but I'm really glad that I'm glad it's happened anyway. Every business idea you have, you wish you started years ago.
Oh yeah.
You can't keep on saying that. So and while I'm on the subject, thanks for having me on the show. I've been a fan. I've watched and listened to your episodes, so it's no problem. And I'm a late out. I'm a night owl anyway, so I just don't look great, at this time.
You look great to me.
Thanks, man. I wish I could have my avatar from 10 years ago. I look passable in those days.
That's funny. But so so Rob does have a YouTube channel, and we'll talk about that here shortly. But Rob, I recently promoted your course the other day. I think it was last week, only because it was really you were having a sale on mightydeals.com, and so Glenn and I, we were both introduced to the low content business model on KDP about a year, maybe just a little over a year and a half ago, through Kelly Publish, who I'm sure you know. Yeah. And they both, her husband Dale and Kelly, they speak very highly of you. Obviously, now just a full disclosure, I never took your course. Okay, again, Kelly's the one that introduced us to low content publishing, and I have a thing about promoting stuff that I don't personally use. But Kelly did put her stamp of approval on your course. She said if there's one course, because she already said she's not gonna release a course again, but she said if there's another course out there on low content publishing, she definitely recommends your course. Tell us about your course.
Yeah, Kelly's really amazing, because I have seen that interview with Kelly, although I didn't watch it when it came out, and that was really inspiring. She's really inspiring. I really appreciate her. I think she's had a look at the course. I wouldn't be sure if she's actually seen the whole 2-3 hours. But she does know enough about me to feel comfortable, dropping the odd link here and there. But as I say, I make courses. I've been doing it for 4 or 5 years now, and so it's very easy for me to show people what to do on KDP, how to research the niches, which, as you know, it's pretty similar to researching niches for merch. All you do is look at Amazon. You don't need any you don't need any paid software, and also the design aspect. Now that's where I like to think I do have a bit of expertise in it, but it's very complicated because not everyone has Photoshop. So I go through how to do it on Canva, and there's a couple of new platforms, programs that I'm using, Affinity Designer and Affinity Photo, which are kind of Photoshop and Illustrator equivalents that are much cheaper. And I'm going to be doing more videos of that, and that's in the course. So the course shows you just how to do it, basically.
Cool. Glenn, did you have questions? I see you nodding your head there, buddy.
And how many? I guess how many live, would you say, journals and things like that do you have right now?
Yeah, that's really a good question, because everything I do merch. I've been doing merch for 1.5 years, and I wouldn't say I'm great at it. Like this year, this month, I'll be lucky if I clear $300 profit.
I think that's the case for most people right now.
It's really
tough.
Yeah, it's January. I had a good Christmas and everything, but yeah. So I've got 2,000 shirts or products on merch, but I've got 1,000 now books. And I'm doing some, my Christmas was over $3,000. It was $3,700 and something. Okay, and my January looks like it's going to be 1,500 by the time we get to the end of the month. But I'd say most of them are aligned journals, but I really am trying to do more with them because I think everyone's going to come in and do lined journals. So I'm doing a lot more diaries. I've got a very good way of doing diaries whereby I can just do the next year very easily. I've got it all set up in an InDesign document. And so I'm doing a lot of diaries, and that's why I'm having a good month now. And I hadn't seen that drop off after Christmas like we all saw it with merch. And But, you know, even the journals are selling, you know, things are selling. I can sell in more competitive niches. Like, you know, if you're doing T-shirts, you're not going to put a unicorn on a T-shirt and expect it to sell, of course. But, you know, you can get away with that sort of thing on KDP because there's less people interested in it.
So let me ask you, because up until Glenn, you know, you and I obviously we talk behind the scenes, and I've been telling Glenn this is a year that I'm going to really step up my KDP game, and I've been uploading on a regular basis. And tell me if this is a good model, Rob, because I don't know, obviously, and I want to ask someone like you who's really well seasoned in the whole KDP game. But I've been taking my merch designs, just resizing them and then uploading those as a cover on KDP. Is that a good business model?
It's something I've done it to with maybe my 30 or 40 most popular designs, and then I stopped. You know, I like to get the thing to actually look like it was designed for the actual 6x9. If you're using a 6x9, I haven't got one. I've got one just over there. I'll get it in a minute. I should have thought of that before I came on. Yeah, so I like to make it look like it was designed for that shape, and the shape, the format that comes from the PNG that you upload at merch, it isn't the right size. You know, it's a little bit niggly. No, I do things sort of like specifically for the books. But it's not a bad idea as well, you know, because you know, if you look back, some of the books I did that too, I made $100 on, you know, if you add up all the last 3 months of the year, because I went through them because I was talking to a friend, you know, telling him to do that. So it's not going to take you long. It's not going to cost you anything. So if you wanted to start off like that, you know, I wouldn't say that was a bad idea. I just say going forward, you want to be. I'm personally going to be doing, you know, things totally for the book, and I'm going to be putting more time and effort into the interior, just a little bit, you know. But really, you know, I'm not spending more. You know, I do a whole series of books when I'm uploading, same as merch. You do a sort of you scale it out, and you know, you do the one for the grandmother, the one for the son, whatever.
I got you.
And so it really doesn't take you longer than 15 minutes per book to create the product, and that's longer than merch, obviously, but and that's the barrier to entry that we have in this business.
Yeah, because so you actually do the research for your journal covers. Wow. See, I've been doing it wrong the whole time. Glenn, why don't you tell me I was doing it wrong? Well, you know what? I get it. I just want to blame Glenn anyway.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't stop you there because I really need someone to blame for myself a lot of the time. But I'm not going to blame Glenn. But what I would say is that the keyword research is no different to merch. You just put in a keyword like plumber. I don't know. Did you say plumber in the States?
Plumber. Yes.
Plumber journal, plumber notebook. Put it in and see if it gets that magic number, like around 200. Actually, I don't look at that so much. I just look at the BSRs, and if you have a load of BSRs that are, you know, between 100,000 and 1 million, and not too many more. Maybe it goes up to 2 million. I mean, honestly, that would be what my research. You know, if it's less than 2 million, the BSR, then I'll make a book on it because it's so easy. You know, you don't have to, and then you're on to the next one. You know, so I mean, that's just the keyword research isn't exactly very the most intellectual sort of practice you'll ever do.
Okay.
Yeah. So, well, I have a quick question. What I mean, you've done a little bit of merch. You do more of the journals. What made you decide, hey, I'm going to focus more on the journal part, diary part, than to focus on merch?
I did it straight from the beginning, actually, to be honest with you, because I'd been a graphic designer, and one of my jobs that I'd been doing was to create calendars, and I got this method so I could do them really quickly, so I wouldn't have to go, oh, the Monday's the Thursday. So I did that from the get-go, because I immediately thought that just doing line journals isn't going to work. But I was wrong. You evidently you can make money just from doing the line journals. But I personally, I'm going to go towards the low content side, because I just think it makes sense. It's harder for people to do, so therefore there'll be less competition.
Okay, so are you making your own interiors? I think that's what it sounds like. Okay,
Yeah,
so you're making your own custom interiors. Yeah, because I've messed around with creating interiors myself in InDesign, and I've sold them to the community, and for the most part, I've gotten a really good response, and people are asking if I'm going to make more, and I probably will at some point. It just, with my busy schedule, I just got to try and squeeze that in, because again, I'm my goal, and I've said this a couple of weeks ago, is to have about 2,000 journals up by, what did I say, Glenn? I said the beginning of July.
Yeah.
So I'm on pace to do that, because I'm uploading about 10 to 20 journals per day. But talking to Kelly and Dale behind the scenes, they did tell me, though, they're like, don't just, they did mention to me that if you are going to create covers just for KDP, that, don't just put up any silly little thing. They did say the same thing that you did, Rob, as you got to do some research and figure out what's going to sell. So
yeah, you see the book that's doing well, say it's 300,000, 500,000 BSR, and you see, well, you look at the title and see now which keyword is working. Can you put another one in? And you've got these 350 character back-end keywords in KDP now, and I use all of those.
Okay. Do you use various pen names, just out of curiosity, or do you just have one name?
I got one that I use a lot, and then others that I use a bit, and then sometimes I just go crazy and make one up.
Right. What's the whole purpose of having various pen names? Is it kind of like merch, where you just want to diversify so people don't copy all your stuff?
Yeah. Basically, it's the same as merch. It's like the brand name.
I got you.
What's the difference in, I guess, do you see a lot of people kind of doing that like they did with merch, as far as like, let's just see what's selling and then make our own design and just bombard that same idea? Do you see that a lot in KDP compared to merch?
I just don't see it. And maybe it's the Amazon algorithm working well, or maybe it's the fact that not many people are doing this at the moment, and nothing like the numbers that are doing merch. Which is sure.
Well, like you said, if it's harder, it's going to take more time, obviously, to upload. And if you're doing like an inside part of the journal and making things a little bit more custom, then it's a little bit harder, maybe less people will want to be interested in doing it. Yeah, and that's what I figure. Look at the amount of merch groups there are on Facebook, and how many members they have, and compare that to the number of low content and notebook groups there are on Facebook. Very few.
Sure.
And if you want to, I'm going to just, I'm not running away from you guys. I'm just going to get my 2 journals that you might want to see. Just
sure.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
But I'll be at least 10 minutes, because I've got a mansion here and I'm going to the West Wing.
Okay, there you go.
Hey, Glenn, this is a good time for you and I to trash talk, Rob.
I thought you were to put in some plugs on like
Rob's a good guy.
Software and buying things and.
No, you guys didn't trash talk me there, did you?
Oh no, we said no such thing. I don't know where you got that from.
I don't know. I just thought I heard something.
You heard wrong.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a small one.
Okay.
6 by 9.
Cool.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So this is one I did. I did it on my own name because I just thought, well, you know, I might as well do one, and it's aimed at entrepreneurs. So it hasn't sold a bit, sells a bit. As you can see, there's lines in there, and there's little prompts, but I don't usually do that. It's just, and quotes here. I don't usually do that. It's just I made an effort on this one.
Sure.
But just to show you the sizes here, this is 6x9, and
6x9.
I tend to also do a lot in this size if the kind of niche sort of dictates, or I just do a journal. If it's just a notebook for some niche, then I maybe will do the larger size, which is letter size, which is 8.5 by 11.
Yeah.
But you do have a lot of other sizes available to you, but those tend to be the two that you'll use.
No, I mean, Kelly did say that those are the two, by far, the two most popular sizes, the 6x9s and the 8.5 by 11s. And people ask, well, how come you don't make interiors for different sizes? And again, just based on what you said, I only make interiors for, you know, the two sizes that's going to sell the most, right?
Yeah.
So
what about the back?
No.
Do you leave that pretty much blank, or
say that a back? Oh, I've started doing them. Because
oh wow,
yeah, and I don't think many people do, but I do because I you know, on the mobile version, actually, I mean, it depends how you're looking on, but you get to see the back on the listing. When you click through, you do get to see the back, so it's another way to persuade the customer to buy. You know, I wouldn't say it's essential, but it's one of those things that you do. You try and up your game, and you try and make the description good. You know, you try and give them as many reasons to buy. And I just really basically put the description right on the back there, just to give them, in case they see it, and it looks more professional, looks more, I don't know. But that's what I do anyway.
And how much? What do you usually price? Let's say like the 6x9, and then what's your kind of payout per sale? Yeah,
it's around about. So I'm actually putting them up a little bit now, but I tend to say the 6x9 definitely $6.99, which will give you nearly $2 profit. And the $7.90 and the larger one is between sometimes $6.99, sometimes $7.99. Sometimes I put the smaller one at $7.99 as well. And I've got to be honest, I'm very bad at pricing. I haven't done a lot of research. I just tend to go with what Kelly said, which is, just do $2 profit on every book. That's the way it is, you know. It's the numbers game. But you probably put the prices up and you'll be surprised, you know, especially if it was some sort of special book, like a prompt book or a diary or a planner, you know, something that had more quality about it. You could probably get away with $9.99, you know, at Christmas or something like that.
Is this let me ask you, is this like a set it and forget it kind of business, or are you actively working on it? Because and you know, we talk about passive income on this show every now and then, and I think a lot of the kids are really just trying to find that one business where they could just put the work up front, you know, just once in the beginning. They don't ever want to work again. Is that the case for this kind of business?
I got to say, the answer is I don't know, because I've got a deadline that I want 4,000 or 5,000 up by October, same as you, Yong. So I just want to do that because I want to build the business up so it's making about 3,000, 4,000 by the time we get into Q4. In the time we get into the Christmas thing, which happens halfway through January. And then take it halfway through November, excuse me, and then take it from there. So I got a feeling that it's probably not set it and forget it, because you know, without it's so fun. You know, when you put a T-shirt up, you can suddenly find it sells the next day, and I just think, you know, if you keep on uploading, and then you keep on learning about what works and what doesn't. Also, I think some books that were sellers like a few months ago, I think they've dropped off as well. I was trying to think about that recently. So I don't know. I really don't know, but I'm going to make sure
You're actively working on it. Good for you. Good for you. Absolutely. So look, tell us about your course again, because I want to make sure for the people that are interested, if they're interested in buying the course, it is available for purchase.
Tell
us. Yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just about to say that I could give you a link that would, give them a price of about $49 or something like that. It's on sale at $200, but no, I'm a terrible salesman. Nobody ever, pays that much. There are links to it at sort of $89 and $99 and $89 at YouTube. I don't like high ticket items. I really don't like that business of selling things really ridiculously high price. But then again, I don't want to sell it for $10 like
you want to make it affordable, and you want to get a little something back for the time and effort that you put into making this course. Again, just a full disclosure, Glenn and I, we have not taken his course, but again, Kelly, who was our mentor, she speaks very highly of you, and she did put her stamp of approval. She's like, he's a good guy. Absolutely.
That was very kind of her to say that, and because she's an inspiration for me. The course is there, as I say, it's 2 or 3 hours long, and it takes you through the whole process. If you don't want to take it, you can look at my free content on YouTube, and I'm quite happy with the way it's sold. So afterwards, we can get together, and I'll give you a link, and you can weave your magic spell, and we can put a redirect to it, or I can make up a redirect now, actually, if you want.
Sure. And then whatever's convenient for you. But I will second your YouTube channel. I know you mentioned it earlier, but Rob does. Glenn, I don't know if you had a chance to check out his YouTube channel, but he has tons and tons of free information. So even if you guys don't want the course, you guys can definitely check out his YouTube channel. He talks everything from merch to KDP, and then if you even go back a few years, he talks web design and WordPress and all that. So there's tons of information on there for free.
And what's your channel name?
It's my name, Rob Cubbon.
Okay. Sounds good.
Hey, man, you should be subscribed already, man. What's your problem, Glenn?
I wanted to make sure everybody found it.
Okay. But yeah, Rob Cubbon, and we'll definitely have the link in the show notes.
I can say, if you want, we can cut this out, but I can say robcubbon.com/merchminds will give you a link to the course at $49. Is that okay?
Sure.
There we go. Sounds good.
Thank you. Thank you so much for doing that, man.
We can put that in the description. We'll have that ready.
Well,
yeah. And by the way, I know a lot of people are listening. They're probably like, well, he's only making $1,500 a month on KDP. If you guys ever been to Thailand, $1,500 will get you a lot out there. Trust me. Look, Rob, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, I've been to Thailand. I'm super jealous that you're living out there right now. I want to come visit. Okay. Yeah. I come visit, dude. We can vlog. We can just get into all kinds of shenanigans out there. How's that sound?
Sounds awesome, man. And just to make it sound even better, Chiang Mai is like 50% cheaper than Bangkok.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. See, I've never been to Chiang Mai. I've been to Bangkok, but yeah, no, I do want to come visit, man. That's been one of my dreams to go and to go back and visit and whatnot. But hey, keep doing what you're doing. You're living the good life. Thank you so much for being on the show. I know, again, it's super late for you. Yeah, when you get a chance, send that link over, and we'll have it in the show notes for you.
That's awesome, man. I'll do that now. And have a beer.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again. All right. I actually really like the guest. I think it's one of those guests that we're going to have to bring on again.
No, he was really nice.
We had some technical difficulties. We couldn't see your mug. You just had that stock photo that you always have. But I think we can have him on again. He had some really good insights. What I like too is that he actually showed like his real examples that he's done, you know, and it made sense. He liked designing it that made sense for the actual size of the book. That's what he liked. So
yeah, and thank you also to Rob, not for just coming onto the show, but for giving us the discount. Look, guys, the course, if you're interested, we'll have the link in the show notes. There's no expiration date, nothing. He's given us 75% off, you know, off his course anytime. You can buy it tonight. You can buy it a year from now. It's always going to be 75%. What do you say? $49 or something? I think he said it was like $49. That's the discounted price. So thank you, Rob, for doing that. That means a lot. And but yeah, man, dude, the guy's living in Chiang Mai, Thailand. I've never been there, but always wanted to go. So maybe I'll go. Maybe I need to head out there sometime in the near future. Pay the guy a visit.
Yes,
I've been to Bangkok, man. Bangkok was a little wild when I went back in the days, but never been to Chiang Mai.
All right. So yeah, we're a little bit late also with this episode. Usually we do it on Mondays, but we just got through the edits and be able to record. So
yeah, that's on me, man. I like Glenn said, we normally have the episode out on Monday. I was stuck in a bunch of meetings yesterday, so so we had to delay it one day. So that's on me.
No problem. He's a busy man. All right. So next week,
I'm a busy man.
new episode, and I don't know what we're gonna do or what our topic is, but you'll find out. We'll see you next week.